Chapter 8, Auditions. 'n Mens kry mos partykeer daardie nagmerries, waar jy voor 'n hele saal vol mense staan en sing, en net wanneer jy dit begin geniet, kom jy agter jy's boedelkaal. Dit voel of ek in een beland het. Okay, ek's gelukkig nie boedelkaal nie, en ek het beslis nog nie begin om dit te geniet nie, maar dit is omtrent ewe erg. So, Tian is singing to himself. You know those nightmares that you sometimes get when you have to perform in front of people and you're on stage, and after a while you realize that you have nothing on. You're wearing no clothes. And that's kind of how it feels. It feels like he's in a nightmare, but luckily he isn't naked, and he's definitely not enjoying this whole situation, but he's very frustrated. Die hele skoolorkes sit en kyk vir my en Zayn. Party lyk verveeld. Ander lyk of hulle enige oomblik gaan uitbars van die lag. Miskien is dit een van daai klasgrappe, soos die keer toe ons almal besluit het om in Juffrou Pinaar se klas te begin gaap. Hi julle, kom ons maak vanmiddag Zayn en Tian se naam gat. Selfs Zayn lyk nie so seker van homself soos gewoonlik nie. So the whole school orchestra is looking at Zayn and Tian, and some look bored, and some look intrigued, and some look like they're going to burst out laughing. It feels like a joke or a prank that someone is pulling on them, like to purposefully embarrass them. Even Zayn is looking a little bit uncomfortable as he stands in front of the school orchestra. Die tromstaf wat Zayn pas ingedra en voor in die klas staan gemaak het, laat die hele affære net meer simpel lyk. So Zayn has brought in the entire drum kit, and that even makes this look worse. Okay, ons is op soek na 'n vocalist en 'n drummer. Kondig Zayn aan. Geen reaksie. Kriek, kriek. Meneer Marks probeer die situasie red. Nou ja, julle kla mos gedurig oor die vervelige stukke wat ons in die orkes speel. Hier's julle kans om iets opwindends te doen. So Zayn says they need a vocalist and a drummer, and no one responds. So Mr. Marks jumps in and says, you guys are always complaining that the songs that we're doing are boring, so here is your chance. Ek sluk en probeer die moed by mekaar opskraap, om vir hom te sê, ons moet liewer die hele ding los. 'n hand gaan in die lug op. Liesel. Meneer Marks kyk hoopvol na haar. Ja, Liesel? Meneer, hoekom moet ons audisies vir hulle aflê? Ek bedoel, ons neem tog almal musiek. Ek dink hulle moet hulle self eers bewys. So, Tian wants to give up. He really wants to leave this whole thing, but before he can even voice his thoughts, a hand goes up into the air, and it's Liesel. And Mr. Marks says, yes, Liesel, and she answers, she doesn't understand why the orchestra has to hold auditions. Why don't the two boys hold auditions for them? Because all the orchestra members have proven themselves. Hulle kan eers vir ons speel, en dan sal ons besluit of ons lus is om in hulle band te wees. So they can play first, and then we'll decide if we want to be part of their band. Meneer Marks glimlag en draai na my en Zayn toe. Dit maak nogals vir my sin. Wat sê julle twee? That makes sense to me, as he turns and looks at Tian and Zayn, and then he says, what do you guys think? Zayn kyk vir my en trek sy skouers op. Hoekom nie? Why not? 'n paar ouers begin cheer en hande klap toe ons gitare optel. Ek voel hoe my wange gloei. Meneer Marks hou sy hand op vir stilte. Goed, verbeel julle maar ons het vanmiddag 'n teorieles oor moderne musiek. Dames en here, op basgitaar het ons Zayn Leroux help sign hom. So, they agree to perform, and there's cheering and clapping, but Tian can feel his cheeks are getting warm. So Mr. Mark puts up his hand to make sure they become quiet, and he says to the orchestra, imagine we are having a lesson today, a theory lesson today about modern music. Ladies and gentlemen, on bass guitar, Zane LaRue. Zane LaRue. Nou, die basgitaar lyk dalk nie belangrik in 'n band nie, maar hierdie diep dreunklank vorm die ruggraat van baie rockliedjies. So after he's introduced Zane on the bass guitar, Meneer Marx says, this is a very important instrument. It's the backbone of any rock music song. Hy beduie vir Zane om te begin speel. He shows Zane he can start playing. En hier het ons vir Tiaan Fourie op elektriese gitaar. And here we have Tiaan Fourie on the electric guitar. In baie rockgroepe is die gitaar soos 'n tweede hoofde sanger. In many rock groups, the guitar is like the second lead vocalist. Ek kan sweer meneer Marx is besig om dit te geniet. Ek val rukkerig in by die liedjie wat Zane begin speel het. 'n Paar koppe begin op en af knik, saam met die musiek. So, Tiaan thinks that Mr. Marx is really enjoying this whole situation. After a while, Tiaan falls in with Zane, because Zane has already started playing a song, and some heads start bopping with the music. Goed, sê meneer Marx toe ons 'n rukkie gespeel het. Ek en Zane hou op. Iemand gee 'n wolwefluit en ons kry 'n handeklap. So we stop and we get a whistle and a loud clap. Like woo! Nirvana se Smells Like Teen Spirit. Glad nie 'n slegte plek om te begin nie. En ek dink julle het hierdie klomp oortuig, julle weet wat julle doen. Maar wat kort. So they played the song from Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. And Mr. Marx says it's a good choice, because they've shown the orchestra they know what they're doing. And you ask them, what do they need? Hy kyk na die klas en almal is choop stil. No one is willing to audition. Ek dink party van hulle is stom van verbasing. Tiaan thinks some of them are so surprised after the performance they just did. Kurt Cobain, waag iemand? Meneer Marx grinnik. Goed, behalwe Kurt se rasperstem. Daai tromme wat die ruggraat van Smells Like Teen Spirit is. As jy Nirvana se Nevermind by die huis het, gaan luister 'n bietjie hoe die tromme en die bas saam daai song maak. As jy nie Nevermind by die huis het, moet jy 'n ernstige plan maak om dit in die hande te kry. Dit hoort net na Mozart in jou versameling as jou CD's alfabeties gerangskik is, soos myne. So Mr. Marx is speaking about rock music and what each instrument does within a song, in a rock song. And then he speaks about important bands that you should include into your collection if you are a musician who collects CDs. Hy lyk skielik effens verleë, omdat hy so meegevoer geraak het. Frik staan uit sy bank op. Ek sal probeer, sê hy, manhaftig. 'n Paar stemme juig hom entoesiasties toe. Nou goed, laat ons kyk of 'n cellist genoeg ritme en genoeg krag in sy arms het om tromme te speel, sê meneer Marx skepties toe Frik bindgat agter die tromstel gaan sit. So, Frik van Tonder is willing to try out for the drummer, but he plays cello. And Mr. Marx is quite excited to see if he'll be able to handle the drums, because obviously it's a lot of movement in your arms. Ons begin speel. Frik tokkel eers versigtig op die tromme, asof hy hulle uittoets, en dan trek hy los. Ek en Zane kyk vir mekaar en hou op speel. Die klas skater van die lag. Frik moker net links en regs die tromme. 'n Paar mense druk hulle ore toe. Hy het duidelik nie 'n idee wat hy doen nie. Meneer Marx skud sy kop en beduie hy moet ophou. So they start playing and Frik is careful when he starts, but after a while he is just jamming. He is hitting left and right And the more he plays, the more everyone realizes he doesn't have a clue on how to play the drums. And Mr. Mark stops them. Dankie Frik, ek dink jy moet jou voorlopig by jou cello en by rugby bepaal. So Mr. Mark says he should maybe stick to cello and rugby. Is daar enige iemand wat hierop wil verbeter? Kom aan julle ouens wat perkussies speel. So he asked Mr. Marks asked the orchestra, is there anyone else that wants to try? And he looks at the people who plays percussion. Niemand reageer nie. No one reacts. Meneer, kan ons dalk vir die vocals probeer? Vra Zane. So Zane asked maybe they should try for the vocalist, the singer. Meneer Marks glimlag. So enigiemand wat wil sing? Johan Meyring steek sy hand op. Meneer, as Frik gaan probeer sing, wil ek asseblief eers die kamer verlaat. So Mr. Marks asks, is there anyone that wants to sing? And someone puts up their hand and says, if Frik is going to try and sing, he would like to leave the classroom first. Die klas skater. Frik leun agtertoe en gee hom 'n hou op die skouer. So everyone laughs at the joke. And the boy who said it, Johan, leans back in his chair and Frik punches him.